There you go. We're recording.
Hey.
Let me do the backup record for maximum backup record.
Have you ever had to use a maximum backup record?
That time in Texas, the first episode.
Did you end up messing with Texas?
What?
Did you mess with Texas?
Texas messed with us. And the quality of our video that day was piss poor. You guys just kept laughing. Like, literally, like every 10 minutes, you're like, it looks like 8-bit Asif or something.
Oh, yeah. You were blending right into the wall.
Yeah, I do have that wood paneling in Texas. But yeah, before we prattle on too long, right? What episode number is this?
7.
7. And this is the 9 to 5 Elon show, right?
That is correct.
What is this about, Adam?
All things Elon Musk, usually heavily Tesla oriented.
Okay. That's pretty good. So we got all that out. Oh yeah, we should introduce ourselves. I'm Asif Khan. I'm CEO, editor-in-chief of Shacknews. I go CEO, EIC, EIEIO. And then we got Tony and Sarah down there in Cincinnati.
Hello.
Hey.
And then we have Adam beaming in from Japan.
Yes, hello.
And Adam did not make it to the live stream that we did last night. He was working.
I watched you guys.
Oh, nice.
The chat, for some reason, wouldn't load for me. So I couldn't, like, message you during it.
Were you in a browser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just kept saying loading. And it never loaded.
That sounds like Twitch. So,
but you had 180 people in there, so that was cool.
Yeah, and it was a very active chat. People were, because we started about an hour before they went on. So we had, some time to fill with speculation and stuff. And the chat was also giving their opinions on what would happen.
Yeah.
So, Adam, I want to hear your opinion. What did you think?
Well, I've gone through different thoughts on it. When I first saw it, I was surprised.
Yeah, right?
I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I've gotten to the point where I like it. And I wish I could order one, but I went out and measured my driveway, and it's too long. It would be out into the street.
Yeah.
Like, into nearly the middle. Like it's way too long for
it's giant.
Yeah, it's giant. I mean, it would be too big for the roads here anyway, but I figured it would be basically
how would you even turn out of your house?
I'd let the car figure that out.
I like that he's trying to justify it though.
The car would figure it out.
We were sitting, I don't know if you were with us, we were in like Shibuya or something at this intersection. Like one of those massive intersections. And I'm like, what would autopilot or self-driving even try to do in this situation? There's like 90 cars around and everyone's trying to go every direction. Would it be too polite? Yeah. Like, would all the humans be ruder than the car?
Yeah, that's a good question, because like
would
the
there
Ubers
be
and taxis like push themselves pretty hard.
Exactly. You have to be like kind of offensive. Like would a full self-driving vehicle be aggressive enough to get through like that kind of congestion? I think it's kind of a question. But people would get out of the way of a freaking Cybertruck.
The thing is, who wouldn't?
The truck.
Yeah.
I think it will actually sell here. People like gaudy kind of looking cars. You occasionally see Hummers and stuff here. And you see lots of very expensive, Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff that like people want to show off.
Impractical cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll see it. And I don't care about trucks at all. I have no interest in them. But like for the price, I can seat 6 people. And then you got giant space that you can lock back there. So it's basically like a gigantic trunk cavity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Also a portable power generator with solar panels on it.
Don't you think this is just setting up though for like the Tesla Suburban? Like this is the framework that you have now.
I'm hoping they'll cyber like all the things.
The Cyber Model S.
Well, I really want a cyber minivan.
The Cyber van. I think you should just call it the Cyber van.
Yeah, but if it's a van, it'll be too big again. Like,
yeah,
I need a 9-seater church.
Oh, a Cyber minivan. I see your point. You want?
Yeah, he needs it compact, but still store. Can still seat 8 or 9.
Maybe they'll. Yeah, well, even 7 or 8 would be pretty awesome.
Like,
I mean, the Model Y you can fit 7, but I assume the Cyber minivan would be cheaper because the pricing on the truck is so cheap.
Was it the range, Adam? Was that what sold you on the thing?
Well, I don't need that much range out here.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, even the base 250 is like
that's
probably more than enough.
Yeah, unless you're using it for work, which I think could be the case for people.
Yeah.
Like,
it was the price, the fact you can have 6 people by default. The range is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking
it's like indestructible.
Mm-hmm.
I never have to repair it. I don't have to care if it gets dented or about the paint. The battery lasts forever. It's going to drive itself. It's Golly said it's going to have hardware 4 in it.
You're talking about the single motor rear wheel drive model.
Yeah, so I could literally drive that thing till I'm dead, even assuming I live to like 80.
Yeah.
Right?
Pass it down to those kids.
Why not? Like,
oh my God, can you imagine?
I don't know if you guys read the Motor Trend article.
Emma driving it?
Like about how it's going to be manufactured. They don't need a paint shop or the big stamping presses. That's going to save them tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you figure it's super eco-friendly, no toxic paint. They can the thing lasts forever anyway, but you can recycle the batteries and the steel. It's like the most eco-friendly thing you could have. So I like it.
It's just kind of funny, like everyone's like they've been comparing it to different video games, right? Like Halo, the Warthog. I think it's like what you're talking about kind of reminds me of Minecraft. Minecraft's like a very low intensity game that's like become ridiculous, and it's like this is something that's like super minimal, and because of how minimal it is, it leads to these things where they can offer it at $39,000 or $40,000 or whatever, and still actually make money on the product.
Well, and they could probably come out with like tons of different designs quickly because look at it, right? Mm-hmm. You could come out with a sedan and a minivan, and like, how long does it take Franz? He draws a few lines. He's like, all right, here you go. And like, they can they don't have to, it's not capital intensive to do it, right? Because they don't need it. The cost to make a line to build these things is low. So as long as they can keep ramping batteries, which now they'll have more money to do that because they don't have to invest in the lines for the paint. The paint shop's $200 million. They don't have to do that. The stamping presses are, the dyes are super expensive.
What are the battery packs that we're talking about? Like, have they said?
They didn't say
numbers, right? Yeah, they didn't talk anything about battery. But
that's kind of weird.
It's my assumption is it's using the Maxwell stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Golly and the Tesla Daily guy speculated only the highest range one had that, but I don't know. They might all be using the new batteries. That would help explain the price.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't really care about what my car looks like. And I'm sure over time, well, not sure, but I think people will start to accept it. It's just so strange looking. Right now, everyone's like, what the? But, yeah, it's like, why wouldn't I want an urban tank?
I mean,
it's like indestructible.
Yeah.
I never have to worry about anything. It just takes me places.
I think, it's the last 24 hours have been, or not even 24 hours, have been kind of weird. I guess it's 24 hours because we were watching it last night almost now. So.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that the reasonable estimate is that there's 120,000 pre-orders already. I mean,
Or 130 last time I saw.
people are sold on. Yeah, there's the stream.
See, I had to transition. I wanted to hear Adam's first impressions, but we did discuss the memes. And
when I saw that, I was surprised, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, all cars' glass breaks.
Yeah, this is true.
This just breaks less.
It did break less. It did break less than a normal
But
car.
my mother was like, I heard it. The glass exploded. And I was like, exploded is a strong word.
Yeah,
but,
I would like to bring up the top YouTube videos related to Cybertruck now are Bloomberg Technology. Cybertruck launch was painful to watch. What went wrong at the Cybertruck launch?
No one will remember that, though, once the thing's driving
ENN's
around.
unbreakable window demo goes horribly wrong. Bloomberg the Cybertruck window gets smashed.
My friend sent me an article.
Cybertruck in action, like, it's just,
and it said
obvious direction they're all going to go.
They said that the truck is bulletproof, but then the window broke, and it's like they never said the window is bulletproof. And then they said when they threw a ball at it, and it's like, you can't call
that's a ball bearing. Giant ball bearing.
Like, they make it sound like a volleyball was tossed at it.
It was a giant, and like Franz didn't hold back at all. Not with the sledgehammer, which he hit the truck with before. This demonstration was very weird.
Yeah, he hit it twice with the sledgehammer, and Elon said they'd been throwing a bunch of stuff at it right before. And
I loved someone in the chat last night said that it looked like when they were doing the ball drop, it looks like some kind of weird magician show with the people dressed like they're in the Matrix dropping balls on tube onto a sheet of glass. It's totally bizarre.
And I want to talk about someone who wasn't really memed as much as I thought she would be. This holographic lady.
Very Blade Runner, very cringy.
I liked it.
That was the least cringy thing, I think.
This was actually the least cringy part of the whole presentation, but at the time, I thought it might have been the cringiest thing, because she calls Elon her creator.
Her creator, yeah.
And I was like,
I wondered when she said that, I was like, oh, is she the truck herself? Is she a personification of the truck?
No, it was like a truck made for her. And she's some holographic lady that is... I'm just saying, like, Apple should be doing this with Steve Jobs at their presentation.
They need to use this lady on the OS instead of Clippy.
Like, if you have a little holographic projector in the area underneath the screen or something, yeah, I'd be all about that. Yeah, I mean, it all started so well, and then when these folks got out of the truck, it was my first like, uh-oh. Like, they were, when I saw that they were in cosplay, I was like, okay, we're in for something here. And then it definitely had a magic show feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy with the goggles right there. He was
wearing gloves.
One of my favorites.
The guy in the trench coat. Yeah, he was really something else.
Yeah, I think Elon's living out a childhood fantasy. But
it's very strange.
When I think about it, I just like it because it's like the most long-term thinking, sustainable thing you could make.
It's definitely another one of those examples of him making a product that he himself wants.
Yeah,
like, and like, it would be cool. This like Cybertruck that's like faster than a Porsche, and like,
so.
It looks like the RoboCop vehicle. He grew up watching those movies, and like I said, he's a nerd, and this is another example, a fine example of that, really.
If it doesn't sell well, I think it probably will, but if it doesn't, it's not like they're investing a ton in the capital to build out the line for it.
Yeah, this is not a bet the company product.
But if it does really well, then they're like, oh,
it's great.
Like I said, they'll just make cyber all kinds of stuff, right? That can be their whole like business model. They could like, if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where
Well, even making all their other models out of like that kind of material, I think could go a long way.
Yeah, all the Model 3 owners
Like,
want
I
that.
would buy that.
Did you guys hear? As the first time this happens, right here, right? Elon goes OMFG, right?
Yeah,
right there, and you're just like, oh my god, like this is. At that point, I was like, the whole presentation's done. Like he was just like hitting the clicker, trying to get through the presentation as fast as possible.
Got thrown off quite a bit by that.
Very flustered, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to watch this part again. It was
I
so
like watching us
so
though.
cringy.
Look at our reaction.
Yeah, I do. Like Sarah is face palming. When the second window breaks, Sarah is face palming at that point.
Asif is cracking up.
I am laughing hysterically because I'm like, I can't believe.
The thing is, we could talk about like the stock dropped a lot today, probably because of the way it looked in the glass breaking.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they didn't really appreciate the specs for the price and how far ahead this is from everything else.
I think it didn't matter, Adam. If it was the best looking truck ever made, and I just think the stock was set up to sell off. Like, it was like a buy the rumor, sell the news event. And it's like, we've seen this a billion times with Tesla now and with Apple before, where there's a product event, there's an unveil, and it's a selling opportunity for the short-term trader. And that's what happened. And they took $20 off of it. But I'm like, Tony and I were talking about the stock earlier today, and he's like, is it a buy today? And I'm like, if you believe in the long term of this company, it was a buy yesterday, and it was a buy today, and it'll be a buy tomorrow. But if you're like a trader, it just seemed obvious. Like they were gonna try to, like, Wall Street was gonna find some reason to knock the stock down.
Yeah,
and they did. And it's the Windows. This is something where when this happens to him, he's gonna make some ridiculous version 2 window as a result. But
I'm sure they'll figure out what caused it, and they'll mount it differently, or thicken the glass, or change the composition.
He looks like visibly ill when he looks back at it.
Yeah, he's pretty upset. Yeah,
he's like, it's like he got punched in the gut. It really.
And they didn't even need to do it. Like,
no, they didn't.
They
just already did the demonstration. They just did it. You did the demonstration.
I was satisfied.
I didn't need it. I think right before it, Tony, I was like, I just want to know the range.
Yeah, that's all I wanted.
Yeah,
like, we were all.
The range is insane.
Tell us the range.
The range is amazing.
And then there it is. Yeah, 500 miles.
Throw the same battery pack into a Model S. What's it gonna get? Redonkulous.
Yeah.
Redonkulous. Yeah.
I don't think the Model S. I would love to see this thing parked next to all the other Teslas. Like this has to be the longest Tesla vehicle.
Yeah, but the battery pack doesn't go all the way back.
How long is the battery pack? Is what I'm wondering. Is this a different framework?
Yeah, I think the wheel well.
Just to the front of the rear wheel well.
It has to be bigger than the current packs on all the other vehicles.
But it's double stacked.
Oh, so it is that
wider because it's a wider wheelbase. Quite a bit wider wheelbase.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Like, I assume it's a 200 kilowatt pack, like the Roadster, but maybe it's more. I don't know, because I have no idea what the efficiency of this thing is. Mm-hmm. They didn't talk about that at all.
No, they glossed over efficiency. They glossed over storage beyond
he glossed over
they should have opened up all this stuff.
They didn't show
we didn't see the interior
frunk.
at all.
They didn't show the glove box.
I think
but
he nixed a bunch of things because he just wanted to get off stage.
That was so short.
Or they don't want people not buying the current stuff. I mean, like if they show everything, maybe people would hold off for it versus buying a Model Y or something. I don't know. Because it's got way more utility than a Model Y.
I think
it's the same price.
He's like, oh yeah, I had one more thing. Crap. I guess we should still do it.
Yeah.
He really wanted to get off stage, and it was like, fine, we'll do this ATV thing now.
Well, he talked about on the tweet they're going to offer solar.
Uh-huh.
I wonder how that's going to fit on the truck.
Oh, I thought it was integrated in that retractable panel.
Well, that would be awesome, but like, how's that going to work? Is it going to be like kind of like the tiles, but thinner? And it's just
it's exactly the retractable roof. It's already on it, basically.
They have a picture of it on the side.
Yeah, but look at the way the thing retracts.
So
would they be really small solar cells that go across?
They're all strips, and
it'd be strips of solar cells.
Yeah,
that would be freaking sweet. If
you can see them feeding down in right there.
Yeah,
right
I
know, but they're very thin.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, for sure.
That's really neat if they actually do that, though. Because at one point he had mentioned doing solar for the Model 3 and then nixed it. But I think it's cool. I hope the back window drops down. Someone was saying because you could camp with the air conditioner on and it would go into the tent.
Oh, I'm 100% sure that it will.
That would be really neat.
Did you see the rear view? How there's a rear view?
Oh, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was neat. I wonder if they wanted to, if it had an interior camera like the Model 3, they could make it so your perspective changes based on where you're looking at it from. I don't know if they'll do that or not, but that would be kind of cool.
All right, I'm just going to pull up Marquez Brownlee's video.
I also read there's a camera on the front to look out the nose.
For parking,
yeah. And I kind of wondered if...
I kind of want that.
Scully said it has hardware 4, or it's going to. It made me wonder if all hardware 4 cars will have cameras on the nose, or if that's just because this truck is huge and has a weird slope to it.
I would hope that they all do, both for Sentry mode purposes and for...
And it's a common feature. Like, even cheap-ass cars over here include that.
Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
I don't know if I like that at all.
I like it.
I think it's fine. It makes me wonder if they will use that on all cars. Like, maybe that's the hardware 4 setup right there, and they're all going to have a screen like that. Hard to know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's the interior.
The interior is great, really.
What was the rumor you heard about what was the rumor you heard about the dash being paper?
Someone, I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was Golly, because it looks like marble. But then someone mentioned that they had heard it's made of some kind of paper.
And it has a texture to it. You can see.
Yeah,
like a white piece of something spray painted. It's
like porous.
Yeah.
So it's like
the interior could change.
I think, this reminds me of when we saw the S for the first time. The first prototype of the S versus the final prototype, or what the S is today. It's the car is going to be this vehicle is going to look different when it ships. A lot different.
Yeah. I think it's earlier than the 3 when it was shown, but the 3 didn't change that much. The changed some. The nose changed, the trunk, a little bit of the interior, but the basic styling was quite similar. I wish they talked more about how it would crash. I'm sure it's going to get like 5 stars in every category, but like it's a totally different design, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the safety test, like I said, I think because we're so far away from final version, like it's not even a thing that they're going to talk about yet.
They could have shown some physics modeling they've done, but
okay. Well, let's talk about some more memes here.
The important stuff.
Let's get back to the important stuff. What were we talking about?
That's a meme right there.
Look at this meme.
That is.
I haven't even seen this show, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sounds good. Baby Yoda.
I knew we could get you on board with Baby Yoda. I knew we could do it.
No, I'm still not on board with Baby Yoda. I'm just on board with you using Baby Yoda in social media with Tesla products. I'm all for that.
The lighting was just calling for it.
That is so true. This is great, though.
This thing's going to work well on Instagram, right?
That's great. But yeah, solid dank meme there. We got another one.
Yeah, I like this.
The Windows Central Gaming, and then Halo retweeted it. That's pretty solid. It does look a lot like a Warthog.
It does, yeah.
And
throw it on the back, and you're good to go.
I mean, it's. I don't know. The wheel well. We talked about it last night. I'm not a fan of, but it's. I don't know. This is pretty solid.
It looks all right when it's wrapped all in black.
This was solid. I don't understand what the fuss is about the Tesla Cybertruck. It looks okay to me, and it's a door wedge. We have to be mindful that we do have listeners to this podcast that aren't seeing these dank memes that we're looking at on the YouTube version. And then Denny's got into the mix with their diner truck.
Yeah, this thing will sell to tons of fleets, though.
Yeah, we have a lot of memes here on the Twitter. The Homer. I mean, this was easy. This was easy. There we go.
That was good. The
Total Recall one solid.
Yeah.
Total Recall Johnny Cab.
Yeah, the Johnny Cab.
Johnny Cab is pretty great. And also people, it's not there, but the Time Cop.
Time Cop.
The autonomous vehicle from Time Cop.
This is pretty great. That's solid.
The Dome Zero.
That looks pretty cool.
What, this?
Yeah.
Tesla Cheese Wedge.
I mean, it looks a lot like old Lamborghinis, too. Like a Countach.
Okay, I missed this one. This is pretty great.
Yeah.
Unveiling the Cybertruck, the Saber Pyramid. Yeah, there it is.
There's the Johnny Cab.
I think that's what you were talking about.
Make that, and that's what I'll buy.
That's literally what you're asking for.
Yeah, that's what I want. You give me that.
The original Total Recall Johnny Cab is all you need.
Yeah. Just don't paint it.
But yeah,
perfect.
Almost 16,000 views for our Elon Musk smashing, or the whole window and reaction clip that we did.
Well,
I know your meme's doing very well.
Meme is performing well with over 80,000 impressions.
80,000 impressions. I'm just saying. How long have we been doing this? 7 episodes?
How long? I've only been tweeting since July. Okay?
That's what I'm saying. This is easy.
For the record.
Let's go. I'm just saying. But yeah, this is great. I thought we did a great job last night covering the event live, and then But yeah, there were a lot of dank memes that did pop off there. Yeah, you guys were early. You struck.
We hit it right.
Yeah. Had it ready.
You got to get that crossover. You got to hit the Star Wars fans and the Tesla fans.
I just remember talking to you guys before the stream, and it was like, oh, we got this idea for a meme. It's like, I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, like, that's the other side. Like, I'm more of a meme thief. Like, I create some memes. I am a meme sometimes, but I'm more of a thief when it comes to the whole meme economy. You were there, like. Yeah. In the meme factory, in the foundry, creating memes.
I told you we've got high res Yoda locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Ready to free him.
I had a folder full of assets ready to go.
That's seriously, that's solid. I applaud it. And of course it's their pinned tweet. It's at Tesla Fudge there. But yeah, I highly recommend stealing this meme from them and posting it. Oh, there's Google.
Hey, Google.
Remember yesterday, Tony, when we just streamed you Googling stuff?
I know, and I'm using Safari. I was like, this is the only browser that I don't have like work-related.
Did you feel embarrassed?
Shortcuts on.
It was next level stuff there.
It was really next level.
Yeah, and I haven't created any memes out of this, but I just saved. This was one of the screen caps I took. Right when it happened, I was just like,
so painful. I don't want to look at it anymore.
But it kind of fits the aesthetic, right?
Yeah, it kind of does.
It doesn't look out of place.
We should sell like decals that look like that you can buy for.
Buy when on the actual truck when it's shipping.
Oh man, you can't share that kind of idea on the podcast.
That'd be interesting.
We're gonna put one.
I don't know if you think people will remember in a couple of years.
100%.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, they definitely will.
It's in the entire footage of everything.
I mean, think of
every
the
picture of the
Yeah, but no one.
cockpit.
Most
This
people
guy,
don't watch the
he
event.
is so
They just
heavily
hear about it.
memed. This
Very memorable.
This meme is hot. These are hot memes right now. They're still coming out right now.
That's true.
There's Cybertruck memes happening right now.
They'll
They will-
use it for
probably
everything.
next episode. There's going to be even more Cybertruck memes.
That's
But-
probably true.
So this isn't going to be forgotten. The internet doesn't forget.
No.
But it doesn't mean that this is a bad product, and I think that's what people are. There's a huge argument on my Twitter feed today, and it's like a ton of people who might not even be truck people that are just like weighing in. And it's just, I don't know. I'm more curious what people who actually want a truck think of it, and I haven't been able to reach out to anyone like that yet.
The timing is cool because all these Ford people are suddenly interested in EVs because of the Mach-E.
Yeah.
And now it's like all these Ford people are also commenting on these threads that's normally like Tesla fan service.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool to see. Even though they're mostly wrong, it's good to see like other perspectives on electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's good that people are talking about it.
Yeah.
You gotta get one, Asif, and make it the Shackmobile. For sure.
100%.
You could park that one outside.
You got
just park it out at the
Just
office.
And it's got, just get the big one, and it's so heavy you can get that Hummer tax deduction.
The Section 179 tax credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 200 kilowatt battery or whatever, that puts it over the top.
Think about
It's
it,
gigantic.
We've got no street cred to talk about every model unless we have every model.
Yeah.
I don't even have. I have a Roadster coming. Like, where am I putting all these cars? Am I just gonna have to like? Am I gonna have to put the Model S out to pasture? Is that what you're telling me? Like,
you won't have to.
Maybe you could hang it from the roof of the garage.
You can leave it outside. Just bag it.
Yeah.
No.
One of those nice
in Ohio
quality covers for it. Leave it outside.
No, I would never treat. I would rather just ship it down to Texas and plug it into my brother's house or something.
Yeah, do that.
Do that.
Seriously,
So
well, you live in Ohio.
We're talking about sustainability. One person owning that many cars it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but you live in Ohio. This thing would be the perfect.
You're gonna have 3. What's one more?
It's a hobby. You're an enthusiast. It's totally fine.
You just want me to buy this truck.
Yeah, we do.
I don't want to buy this truck.
We do.
My dad might buy it.
I don't. I know. I want your dad.
And he's
to buy it.
71. I thought he wouldn't like it. He's like, "Oh, this is cool." He was like, "It looks like it would be on Mars or something."
Oh, so speaking of, that's why.
And he's like, convinced Mom that I should get one. Nice.
I wore my NASA shirt tonight just to rep.
So it appeals to different types of people.
I wore my necklace. So I have a friend who she's called Cleveland Street Glass, and she makes jewelry out of glass from car break-ins.
Oh, that's kind of rad.
I have a bunch of her stuff, and so I'm wearing my favorite one today.
Cleveland Street Glass. Shout out.
Oh man, that is the most Cleveland thing I've ever heard of.
Yep.
Jewelry made out of glass from stolen cars.
She's got some great stories.
And like 5 of them are like her own car break-ins. So
there you go.
Yeah.
That's turning lemons into lemonade right
So the Tesla Cybertruck might put her out of business if it's successful.
Yeah, they might.
It's possible.
I mean, based on I didn't see any fragments of. So was that the one that like people were taking pictures of and stuff? This is like the one. Like everyone was like, or did they get this?
It.
They replaced
we just
it.
Lost you.
Oh.
You guys lost me. What?
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah. I think there was a hitch in the video for a second.
Yeah, there was. They drove it around the corner and they swapped the panels out.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, which is also kind of impressive.
Really? They were
there were a couple of people that had kind of a behind-the-scenes cell phone picture of them pulling it around the corner.
Yeah, and they said they swapped it in like 40 minutes.
Yeah, they had the prototype with the matte paint job, and then they had the.
But was this the only one?
The raw
Yeah,
steel.
well, the other one wasn't a working vehicle. It was like a model. So they only had one that worked. I'm surprised they even had extra glass laying around.
Yeah.
But
is that why taking people 4 at a time, it took them over 2 hours to get everyone a ride in that thing? I saw some people
they should have just done 6 at a time. Why not?
I think they left the middle seat folded down.
Oh, so you could look out. Be easier to see the screen.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
We were also talking about the airbag. We wonder how the airbag configuration works with the center seat and having the screen right there.
Yeah, I think the passenger side, it just blows out and covers that area.
Yeah, who knows?
guess.
But maybe
So
that
it's like-
safety feature wasn't ready, and that's why they didn't let people sit there for the test drives.
Yeah, that might
I'm
be.
totally making this up.
Yeah, I don't know. The OS looked kind of cool. The 3D map.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked really cool.
There was no holographic lady assistant.
No, but they
no.
did start off with an animation of the graffiti before it loaded, which
The
was like
graffiti is pretty
so
brutal.
cringy.
It's
And a couple of years, you guys will be like, "That's great." It'll be like AirPods or whatever. Everyone was like, "Those things suck."
The
And then they
graffiti?
sell
No, we decided-
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking to the product. I think the product's really
Yeah.
impressive. I think it's a good value. But it's not for me. That's why I don't want to spend money on it. Like, I'm good. Someone else buy it. I don't want to buy it.
I
want
wish
it.
I could.
I've
I mean,
had
I don't even
several
want a
friends
truck.
say
I
that-
want something much smaller.
I've
But
had several friends today say that they're interested in it, and it
Yeah.
is very divisive. I can't remember who said it, probably multiple people because it's the internet. But it's as divisive as Death Stranding, the video game. Like the Cybertruck. Like you either like the Cybertruck or you don't like the Cybertruck. There's no
I
one
think-
that's like,
yeah.
I don't really have.
well,
a
it'll be
feeling about
interesting
the
once it's
Cybertruck."
driving around. It's gonna make everything else look super old
And round.
and anachronistic. Like
Mind.
these gas trucks that like are slow and
Yeah.
make noise and
Yeah, that's
here's
the
this thing
efficiency
zooming
numbers are really
around.
important.
I feel like it's gonna vary so much based on what you're towing, though.
The efficiency.
Yeah, 14,000 pounds too. It's like beating everything in the class. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure
No,
it's such a huge range.
No, they'll sell tons. Like, why wouldn't businesses buy it? It's like indestructible, lasts forever,
Yeah.
No
cheap
fuel
to
problem.
operate.
Yeah.
Like, especially in like California, if you really can get the solar back and you just sit it outside, you're getting some recharge for free.
Yeah, you said 15 miles a day or something like that. It wasn't much.
Tesla could use them just as their service vehicles, for mobile service,
Yeah.
which would be
Yeah, I have
super
that tray
cool.
slide out with all the tools and stuff on it.
So yeah, it has a 6.5-foot bed, 6 seats, 75 inches tall at its peak, I guess.
At that one point.
The apex
But-
of the car.
When you compare it to the Rivian, it's a super deal, and Ford is licensing Rivian's tech.
Yeah.
So how are they going to price the F-150 anywhere close? I don't think they
there's
can.
a lot of pricing issues.
Like the base Rivian is the same price as the maxed out Cybertruck, and there's a difference of 270 miles of range.
They still have that $8,500 tax credit though, right?
Yes, they did.
7,500.
$7,500.
But that might be dead by the time they come out. That might end in 2021.
Really?
Or if the Democrats sweep everything, it could apply to everything.
Yeah, because they haven't said when they're going to have an electric truck by. They just said, "Here's the Mach-E."
Rivian, I think, didn't they say yesterday, right before the reveal, late 2021, they'd have something? But-
Um,
And that kind of fits with the Rivian's going to just make the pack for them. But the base pack on the Rivian's 230 miles, and it's way smaller than a F-150.
Mhm.
Or, well, it has a 4.5-foot bed, so I guess you could buy an F-150 with that. But the Cybertruck's significantly larger than the Rivian. It gets
Yeah.
way more range. Even the base
It's more practical.
Cybertruck is
Charging.
250 miles.
Plus,
it's
it's
20 more
240
miles.
charging off of it.
It's 20K cheaper.
There's nothing like it.
so yeah, it's
Yeah,
not, the towing stats they gave were there were very minimal slides, right? And they had cyberpunk
Yeah.
font,
Yeah.
so it's very hard to read.
Arcade, something like that.
Towing,
Yeah.
it said 14,000 pounds, pulls infinity.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
did anyone else notice the pulls infinity?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was ignoring a lot of the
it's
copy
that inertia.
That was up on
it's that inertia of Roth. I mean, that was why the F-150 they showed it off the electric model pulling a train, right? It's like tow capacity 300,000 pounds or whatever. They're showing.
Okay. And then the base model is 250 miles. The mid range is 300 plus, and then the top of the line's 500.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Let's see. They boasted about how they have over 14,000 superchargers now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They said 250 kilowatts plus.
Remember when there weren't any superchargers?
Yeah.
Now there's like 14,000 of them. I'm just saying, like that's that's a part of the company that is not being valued properly. People do not understand what that means.
No, and if they throw out a CCS adapter in the US, they can use any of the Electrify America chargers, right?
Yeah.
Ionity and Electrify America, yeah.
Yeah, so no other company is anywhere close to the coverage they will have.
Yeah.
But 250 kilowatts plus, I wonder how high it'll go. And I wonder if it's a double stack pack. Can you plug in 2 superchargers at once?
Oh, that's an interesting idea too. I don't know if
the charge port.
Shot of the
I don't think
because like
I don't
the
think they would've let
semi
that.
for beta testing has been charging that way, like with maybe 4 plugs at once or something.
So yeah, here's the different models in there. So you have single motor, rear wheel drive, 250 miles, 0 to 60, 6.5. Top speed is 110 miles per hour. All of them have 3,500 payload. Tow rating 7,500, and then it's 39,900. Dual motor, 300 miles, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Top speed 120. Tow rating 10,000, and it's 49,900. And the tri-motor all-wheel drive, 500 miles plus range, 2.9 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds, 0 to 60.
Yeah.
That's faster than my Model S.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts. That's nuts. These things are crazy.
It's faster than the performance. It's faster than Performance Model 3.
Top speed 130. And then Tony had already mentioned. You guys already mentioned the 14,000 payload or tow rating, and then 69,900. People spend that on trucks all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's not. They nailed it on price. Is my point.
Imagine
that's why I'm like
the
everyone's
Democrats
talking
pass
smack.
a Green New Deal. And
and there's like a subsidy for this.
Yeah, people pay. Yeah, that people would buy a truck that also would not have an ATV as an option, the ability to charge 240-volt tools off the machine.
Well, you could run part of your house on it, right?
Air compressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have a built-in air compressor. And then he
way more for way less utility, and it's not green.
He showed the slide of the total cost of ownership, and just because they're already kind of explaining leasing to people. And it was $500 lease for the 2-motor, and then they were saying $40 a month for energy, $30 for maintenance. They're saying the average half-ton pickup $700 a month, and they were at $570. So even if you're not buying this outright, it's still more affordable than, they did a good job of putting the F-150 next to it and saying, look at these two things.
Yeah.
Without even visually. Yeah. And then
scale of it compared to other trucks.
No, they didn't. Or any other vehicle. I would have loved to see it.
It's big, but he compared it to the F-150. He said it's not.
But I just wanted
but it's around the same size, right? Because he's like, we didn't play any tricks. It's similar in size to the F-150.
He did they said the exact dimensions, but I guess I don't know the exact dimensions of the F-150. They said 231 inches by 79 width and 75 high. I don't know.
The guy that I follow on Twitter has a F-150 Raptor, and he got to ride in it last night, and he said it's bigger than his F-150 Raptor, both interior and standing next to the vehicle. So,
let's see.
Well,
Let
you want to see a
don't
way more
truck
normal
people
looking
like
truck?
big.
I don't know. Do we?
What is it?
It's a little company in Ohio.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, USPS.
Lordstown Motors.
I retweeted.
Yeah, but the specs and the price, it's not going to sell.
The truck?
Yeah,
Yeah, $52,000 before any tax credits.
They're putting Ohio workers back to work.
It's going to die immediately. It's already dead.
They've already got
Are you
a contract
kidding me?
with the Postal Service. They're going to make electric.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like if you could get something like that, fine. But the Postal Service is stupid, and so is Amazon. Like, why aren't they just buying from? I'm serious. If you're operating a massive
this is a great hot take here.
If you're operating a massive fleet of 100,000 electric vehicles,
yes,
efficiency matters. It's the same as all the servers. The efficiency matters, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the thing's just cheaper up front.
You're saying they wouldn't? They're not investing in them to use those as their fleet?
No, I mean they're just buying them because it guarantees that they're successful right up front. Right?
Okay, so
like it probably increased the value of Rivian enough that they got the trucks for free.
Over under on how long this plant stays open. He's saying 24 months?
I don't know. Yes. I haven't looked into. So they already have a deal for the Postal Service, so they're trying to get it.
Apparently,
I believe that is the only contract they have.
Well, they could sell a ton of those. I don't know. I mean, that could be the only thing they do.
Yeah, I think that was the major focus. But then, knowing that the Cybertruck event was happening earlier in the day, they released those pictures and said, "Here's our plan. It's going to be a $52,000 pickup." I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, you were not even really a thing 2 weeks ago, and now suddenly you already have a plan for car, concept drawings, pricing, and a contract.
What are the specs for $52,000 on that thing?
I don't know. Pull
vague,
that.
I think.
It's very vague.
There weren't any.
No, it wasn't. It was just.
It's gonna suck. I mean, like compared to a gas-powered car, it's probably great because that's not hard to do. Oh, I'm serious.
I'm just saying though, Adam.
I know.
It's made in Ohio, and it looks like a truck. It can
not only it's made in Ohio, it's replacing the jobs that the GM factory leaving.
Yeah, it's actually
okay. I'm not saying the concept is bad of having jobs in Ohio. I'm not against jobs.
Why are you so against jobs in Ohio, Adam? I had no idea. In fact, you left Ohio, didn't you?
I do feel like
what is Amazon doing to all the retailers? It's killing all of them.
Right.
It is.
Tesla is the Amazon of electric vehicles. They have way lower cost than everybody else.
Yeah,
and the product is better.
We don't know. No one knows what this product is. We just know it costs $52,500.
Total vaporware, so it could be the best thing.
Exactly. We don't know. This could be great. It could be nothing.
What's the name of this workhorse?
Lordstown.
The Endurance.
Yeah.
Endurance.
Lordstown Endurance.
But also, like, partnering with the USPS, like, USPS is not, like, in its prime right now.
They're constantly changing their pricing structure to.
I mean,
have you been to a post office lately? Like, it's not like cutting edge. I mean, I don't.
Man, so true. It's not like.
I think 24 months is being really kind.
Hey, I love it.
Here's why I say 24 months.
Every day.
Here's why I say 24 months. This is going to be a talking point in the 2020 election, guaranteed.
Sure.
Some politician will come to Ohio and be like, "We got electric trucks being made in Lordstown! Hooray!" They need it at least through 2020. So I'm gonna say let's give it like 16 months.
But imagine for a fleet vehicle, you have the Tesla that's like designed for over 1 million miles.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's so far ahead of everything else.
That was our one other news story for today. I had that, and I had the Mach-E. which I think we skipped over the Mach-E, right? You guys want to see some of the Mach-E B-roll? Here, I'll just roll some.
Yeah, sure. I really want to watch the rest of the Ken Block video because I watch all of Ken Block's stuff, so I really wanted to see him.
You want to see Ken Block?
I
led my highlight video with Ken Block.
Have you guys seen the Bollinger truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's dead. I mean, it was kind of cool, but what is it? It's like 130K or something.
And Idris Elba was there.
Yeah, his family's all about Ford, you know?
I guess his dad worked at Ford.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good.
There's Ken Block again.
It was a good story.
You like the story with Idris Elba at the beginning?
I mean, this is your marketing machine. This is how you have to do it. This is how you have to compete if your batteries are already 30% less efficient. This is what you have to do.
Ken Block, he gets in the vehicle and he's like, I've never been in an electric vehicle. I'm like, really,
actually,
Ken Block?
You know, the guy with the green jacket on, that's the Stig from Top Gear. So, not green. I guess it's a leather jacket. Do you guys know who the Stig is? You might not. Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I haven't watched.
I don't know.
I haven't watched Top Gear in about 40,000 years since the
guy
first time.
His identity. He drove the car at the end.
He's like faceless for one.
The faceless guy wore the tracksuit and helmet.
Whoa, animation.
The OK Ford thing was my favorite part of this, and also the knob in the center of the freaking touchscreen. What?
Like the click wheel on the original iPod.
Like, what?
Yeah,
a knob. And I know, like, I made fun of this in the chatty, and people were like, I think the knob's a good idea. Touchscreens are dangerous. I'm like, really? You think that knobs are the answer here? Knobs built into touchscreens?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just look at the statistics for the crashes of the Teslas. It's lower than other vehicles. So the screen doesn't seem to be statistically causing accidents.
No.
And it's just because you're more careful because you spent so much more on your car.
Yeah, but they're like fast as hell. You'd figure they'd be more dangerous, right? Because you're launching it all the time.
And this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Cybertruck made everyone forget about this thing already.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe people care about Mustang.
You have a Ford crowd that's kind of upset now because they are like, "Why would you do this to the Mustang?"
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted at Ford weeks ago. They should have just read my tweet and listened to me. Forget redoing the Mustang. You've got this new concept Bronco that people are really excited
about. I love that they sold this. Like they were acting like they invented. They acted repeatedly like they invented Tesla features.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the frunk. They said it was innovative.
They were like the innovative frunk, the ability to control your temperature from your phone. I'm like all these things that you can do with an electric vehicle for sure.
That you've been able to do
since 2012.
Yeah.
Tesla's been doing it for like 7 years.
Yeah.
That was infuriating. I was like, I really was just like, you guys are. It reminded me of how Apple acts. You know, like they're like.
Yeah. Like it's revolutionary.
When they do something that's already standard, like essential patent.
No, and you know Tesla's just gonna bump the specs on the Model Y and it'll be even better.
And then the Detroit Choir sang for quite some time.
Because all they have to do is release a software update.
Performance of the Detroit Choir in there because they sang that song. Tonight is the night. Blah 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 blah. You know the song.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get copyright claim.
I found it quite funny that I've been mocking this low poly horse that they've been using.
And then you got your low poly truck.
The truck drives out and it's like the lowest possible poly vehicle ever made. And it's the actual.
Yeah, it makes the horse look HD.
The horse looks downright cyberpunk. I'll tell you. And then these things rolled out. I was confused. So there's like a sedan and a crossover.
No.
No, there's just the Model Y knockoff. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
No,
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure it's fine. Like,
it doesn't look
if
bad.
people buy it, they're gonna like it probably because it'll be way better than what they had, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look
Right. It doesn't look terrible.
I don't know. It looks kind of bad.
But I don't think it'll sell significant numbers.
The front is pretty.
It looks like
I mean, you have to give up the supercharger network. Tesla's proved that they do software updates consistently. Ford's saying that they have the capability.
He literally, like, they were jazz handing it up, right?
I just wanted a high five.
And he just high fives them, you know?
This marketing got me so psyched. I just had to high five somebody.
He was in the car with Ken Block.
Can you imagine if Tesla did that?
This guy had the best show out of everyone.
I mean, Tesla kind of has done that. What was the one where they all got out of the Model S and like had their luggage and they're all like, "Oh, this is great."
No, but that's demonstrating a feature.
I know, but it's just a silly.
Oh, back to the knob.
The Tesla apologist is back again.
Well, demonstrating a feature by having lots of luggage and people get out, it's like a clown car. That's like, oh wow, you can fit clowns in there. That's great. What do I do with the Detroit Choir? Like, it has absolutely nothing.
Now, if the whole Detroit Choir...
This is why I was confused, Tony. At the end, they brought out this thing on the right. That's just like a regular...
No, it's the higher end version. That's why it has
premium.
the different grill.
Oh.
It's the Mach-E Turbo.
And
oh, God, they have a turbo?
No, it's not called the turbo.
I'm mocking the Taycan.
Okay, well, anyway, that was the Mach-E. That's probably the last we'll ever talk about it. I just thought we should talk about it. It's an electric vehicle. It was announced this week. It wasn't... No one threw any ball bearings at it.
But you know what I found really interesting about it? You'd think if, like everyone says, anyone can make a better car than Tesla, why aren't they doing it? Like, the specs, in no respect, were better than a Model Y.
Actually, I think I know why. It's greed. That's why.
Like, why didn't they make it go like 350 miles or whatever and say, oh, we can do that?
Because they
because none of them actually care about the environment.
Like, it's literally exactly the same.
They want their ice cars. They want their ice cars to sell.
Yeah, they don't want it to look. They either can't do it or they don't want it to look too good.
They don't want to make it too good. They don't want to make it better than the ice cars. They're gonna make these cars that are crappier than the ice cars, and we're at this point now where Tesla's now like, okay, 0 to 62.9 for a freaking Cybertruck. You know, and like,
yeah, I know. So I think Ford might be upset because they're like, oh man, we have to make a 500 range truck now.
Yeah.
Well,
they just keep moving the bar.
We wanted to make it like 230 miles, and then people still
devastating. Can you imagine working on some concept thing and you think it's great? Look at the Taycan. You guys had 7 years to make that, and it can't beat a Model S. You had 7 years to make a better car, and you couldn't do it.
It seats 7 people.
It's like ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. Like, I would feel totally deflated if I worked for a competitor. I'd be like, well.
I mean, okay, so Ford is at $8.89 right now. And I said, like, if the Cybertruck was a F-150 killer, this stock would be done. But I still think they're in trouble because, like, every single one of those specs that they laid out at the Cybertruck event was materially better than any ICE truck.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they got a new Ford Ranger. They got the Bronco coming out. They're selling 1 million trucks a year. Why is it $8 a share?
Their margins stink, and they're not growing.
Yeah. And they make too many, and they're all sitting on the lot.
They make too many of a lot of cars that they just shouldn't even make. They really should just make F-150.
They have too big of a portfolio.
Yeah.
And they have so many failing models.
Yeah, it's because it's that whole, like, there used to be a lot of little car companies, and then Ford swallowed them all up, and then slowly they've been divesting of them, you know, and I think it's like GE.
Ford
GE divested of a ton of their divisions.
Millions of EV Ford F-150s, presumably. It would take them a long time to scale because they won't be able to get the batteries.
The whole infrastructure,
I think they're kind of screwed.
Like, the whole factory infrastructure for these ICE companies is based on the internal combustion engine and the drivetrains required for that. Like, they have this whole supply chain built around ICE. So it's like they can't. It's like they refuse and they can't jump the curve.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like
they have to make a whole new company.
Yeah, it's the business model is set in stone. I mean, it's so hard to change.
It's a cash flow thing in a lot of ways. You know, because all these companies have a ton of debt. You know, they've been doing this for a really long time. I mean, look, GM's gone bankrupt, you know, already. Like I just think that there's this is why Tesla happened, is there needed to be like venture-backed, innovative company that had no ties to the past. You know, you needed an independent company to be motivated to do this. And we're at this point now where they're just doing it so much better than the competitors. It's a really interesting point in the history of the electric vehicle. Because
I'd be interested to see how the boardroom in Ford is responding to the Cybertruck. Like, they might be laughing at the way it looks.
Yeah, probably.
But when they see the specs and the price, they gotta be like, holy crap.
Scared.
And it's super easy to build, right? So assuming Tesla can make the batteries, they can just pump these things out.
Yeah.
And what's Autopilot going to be doing by the time it's shipping? What's Ford going to have? Probably
Ford's
crappier.
going to have something that keeps you on the road from dying, but I forget the name.
I mean, maybe they can license Mobileye product that's decent.
I'm glad you brought up full self-driving and Autopilot. So I posted a thread to the Shacknews chatty, which none of you guys read, because why would you read the community that you create content for?
Don't nag us.
I'm going to keep doing it every episode. I said, hey, Tesla EV Shackers, do you folks use Autopilot much? I just picked up my Model X at the service center in Cleveland. It was amazing. I drove like from Hudson down to Canton. Highway 8 onto 77. I stayed in the middle lane. So it was almost like 25 miles where I had Autopilot engaged the entire time. So that was the longest that I had ever done that. So that was kind of cool. So I just kind of asked folks, I was like, how often do you use Autopilot, or do you trust your robot cars? And it was interesting. There was a ton of people in SoCal who are using it almost every day.
A lot of people use it like over 90% of the time every day.
Yeah, so Stewman Elite said, I probably use it 80 to 90% of the miles I travel. There are rough spots over the years, but it works quite well these days. I make sure to turn it off for construction and windy roads, though.
Yep.
Yeah, which is
windy roads.
Windy roads, probably.
Or windy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess windy.
Oh, by the way, Tony has cones.
Oh, yeah, we have cones.
Yeah, Sarah
discovered.
Yeah.
How
so
I
thought we were hardware too. 2.5.
Okay.
But
we see cones.
They see cones.
Not possible. When we got 3621, there's cones.
I'm just sick of this whole like people buying Model 3s for way less than I bought my stupid X4 and getting way cooler features. This is BS, Adam.
The theory is that when we got it, we were having all those sensor issues where like the GPS was like all off. It seemed messed up, so we took it in. I think they probably swapped it out, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
based on the receipt from the service visit, all it said was that they reset the car and updated the software, and that fixed the problem. But I am guessing they might have swapped it to hardware 3 during the troubleshooting process and left it in. I don't really know. It doesn't say on the invoice, or our car had hardware 3 from the beginning when we bought it.
Well, when we checked, it was based on the file type of the video, right? That's what we looked at.
That's how we checked it.
And I feel like when we did it, the firmware was still where they were different, because now they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
They produce the same file type, so you can't tell that way anymore. The only way to tell is by the cones.
For service is that first, 2,000 miles.
Yeah.
It says, we got some more replies here. Serpico74 said he only uses it on freeways, and even only when I know there are very long stretches, like when I drive from LA to South Orange County. And I asked him, like, what's the longest distance he's had Autopilot engaged for? He said about 20 miles on I-5 in kind of that Orange County area. So I was like, that's pretty sweet. Ant321 said that he does it every day going down the 101 freeway in rush hour traffic. And I'm not sure exactly where he is in California, but no matter where you are, Silicon Valley or downtown LA, the 101 is always packed, and it's also actually kind of a windy highway. So that's actually kind of awesome. He said, yeah, it has I asked him if it had materially improved his day, and he's like, "Yep, it's way less mind-numbing in traffic."
Yeah.
It's so great to have the car just take care of the accelerating and decelerating in a stop and go situation.
For sure.
Yeah. And the newest firmware, it's gonna handle lane changes much better, faster. It said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And .40 or whatever it is.
The thing I've been most happy with 3621 has been if you were to measure the distance that the car sits in the lane, it hugs the line on the left slightly more than the berm on the right. And like that kind of drove me nuts that it was like an exact 50-50 split since we got the car. Because you know, you just naturally want to stay a little more left than out to the edge of the road, like potholes. There's a million reasons why, but like it just feels way more comfortable with Autopilot engaged now in 3621 because it's slightly hugging the left. Like if you were to measure the blue lines that are being drawn, there's always going to be a little bit more space to the right than there is to the left.
I agree. I've definitely noticed that.
Better. And I've read other people feel the same way about 3621 and 3622.
Yeah, there's so much on-street parking and like weird construction with like walls on the side, like on the highway. That
Shoulders.
Yeah.
Like the shoulder on the highway was what was making it disengage, like where it's 2 lanes on 77 near me. Like that was the number one reason why I haven't been able to do it for more than like 2-3 miles at a time down here.
Yeah.
You're a little too nervous. Yeah.
No, it would literally, it's really dumb. Like when there's
disengaging.
When there's an on-ramp, it would like squirrel out too, because it like suddenly thought the lane was way wider or something. It was doing a lot of stupid stuff with that. And now you're right. Its AI is more focused on the left line.
Yeah.
Like the center line.
Yeah, which is the center line, which makes way more sense. Yeah. Angry Taxman said he uses Autopilot 95% of the time he's on the freeway and rarely has any issues. He's taken 1,000 plus mile road trips a few times in my Model 3 and used Autopilot nearly the whole time. It is really remarkable. I can't believe how much it cuts down on driving fatigue.
For sure. That's what we saw on our huge road trip.
I would absolutely love to use it out here. The highways are really well made.
I can tell you, man, every time I do it, I feel like I just want to run out and buy more Tesla shares every time I do it. So it's like, these are the little things that like are going to be swept under the, like these secret, awesome, bullish indicators and these anecdotal stories about that loving your Tesla are the reason why I think the company's going to be fine regardless of if they broke a window yesterday. But
Elon just tweeted. He has a video of Franz throwing the steel ball at the truck right. It says right before.
It's haunting him right now.
Yeah.
I can't.
And it bounces. It does bounce right off.
I got it. Here it is.
See. Oh, that would have been impressive. But you've got like a...
Why don't you just run this video?
But there's like a blanket. That's why.
I guess.
Maybe it's the way it's mounted into the car.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows? But that's impressive.
Yeah. I think it's just the blankets there so the ball doesn't scratch it.
Right.
Which
when
he
it
hit
rolls
with a
off.
sledgehammer,
It wouldn't
so
anyway,
you wouldn't
though.
think it would scratch it, but yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you. You're like, oh, he'll live this down. It's been haunting him for 24 hours.
It was like an extra 1 mile per hour that did it.
He gave it a little bit too much mustard. I think it's because they hit it. I think it's because of that very hit.
Yeah, they only have like one of those trucks. It's probably because they kept throwing it at it.
Yeah, last night I described it as it's like when you drop your iPhone and like it doesn't crack, and you're like, whew. Eventually you drop your iPhone.
Yeah,
and
It
it
doesn't
cracks.
explain the second window unless they've been throwing crap at that one too, though.
Yeah. How many more drops do you have before it just shatters into a million pieces?
I think they hit their maximum amount of ball bearing test. And he had a little extra. I think he was on the jazz. You know, he was a little.
He was amped up, man.
He was amped up. He was excited, and he broke the window.
Yeah, probably.
Blade Runner art director Sid Mead is a huge fan of Tesla's new Cybertruck. He says it's stylistically breathtaking. I just saw that. Elon had tweeted that out too.
Nice.
So there's some Elon tweets.
I think it'll be real popular. You know, all the, I don't know who's popular in America right now. The movie stars and rappers are all going to have this thing.
Cardi B.
Right?
Cardi B.
They're all gonna
I don't
get
think
it.
Cardi B is going to have a Tesla Cybertruck.
Huh?
No.
Lizzo.
Well, many of them will.
Rizzo, probably. Lizzo, whatever.
Yeah.
What are those kids? What are those darn kids? Baby Yoda, totally gonna have one of these.
Baby Yoda's already got one.
Baby Yoda's really the more popular celebrity right now.
He just hovers.
He hovers?
Yeah.
It's I hope they do launch one to Mars though.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sweet.
I'd be down.
I was talking to Tony earlier about the overlap between kind of SpaceX and the Cybertruck, and in an interview Elon did with the Everyday Astronaut, he was talking about the simplification of the Starship over time and how the best design is no design and just removing things. That's what the Cybertruck is, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of paint and curves.
I want to thank
and it somehow it improves the vehicle in some attributes, right?
I just want to thank it for making my car not the weirdest one in the family anymore.
Oh yeah, no, yours looks very normal now.
My car is totally normal compared
Super
to
normal.
that thing.
Folding doors, super normal. Yeah, the brutalist, simplified, stripped down, whatever aesthetic.
It's the antithesis of the X. The X is like the most over-engineered, hard-to-make thing ever. This is like the opposite.
Yeah, complicated, expensive sensors.
Well, that's what
all this
Elon
thing
always does. That like when people were complaining about the panel gaps, and then he kept saying that Tesla's going to have, an order of magnitude better panel gaps than anyone else. It's like, you really got to do an order of magnitude better, like.
Yeah, same thing with the
He's like,
paint.
we're gonna make the simplest.
Or remember when the paint wasn't going on the cars evenly? People were complaining about the depth of the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they perfected that process. It's just ridiculous.
I can't wait for Cybertruck to get ray tracing though.
Yeah,
that's solid, right? That's good SEO.
There's gonna be tons of people wrapping it. It'll have all kinds of different looks.
Yeah,
it looked awesome in the matte black, I thought.
Yeah, I like that render. I was interested in so many people that were taking the bed and doing a little cutout rather than letting the back be that straight.
I don't like it.
Oh,
because
really? I do like it.
The vault thing that closes and seals, that's awesome. That's like huge functionality. If you cut away
that truck crowd is like, look how much better this looks if you take that tiny notch out. If you notch the back.
Yeah, but you lose tons of utility. And then people were saying you need to have those for it to be structurally
This looks kind of good.
Yeah, who put a logo on the front? There's no logos. They've said there's going to be no logo. No logo on the front, no logo on the bag, no badges.
It doesn't look bad with that logo, though.
Even if you bought the expensive truck, nobody's going to know.
I actually like it more with the logo.
People are going to be buying them and sticking them on.
I don't like the logo. I like that it's not going to have a logo.
I think the wheels look cool.
Yeah, they do. I just don't like the like.
There's some Sonic for you.
That's great.
I had a Sonic meme on.
I wonder how much those tires are going to cost. They look expensive.
They do look expensive.
If I know Tesla,
how can they get 500 plus miles range with those gigantic tires?
Also probably like
with the crazy tread.
What they last a while.
The battery's probably 4,000 kilowatt hours.
It might even be over 200 kilowatts, but then that makes you think like, how cheap are they getting batteries? Because if it was $100 a kilowatt, that's over $20,000.
Yeah, or what process did they refine to make the battery?
How the hell did they do that?
Make them smaller and more efficient. Who knows?
I got some more memes from the chatty if you'd like to see. Here's a meme for your consideration. Choose car. That's solid.
The Devastator.
Let's see. That was from Mojo Ald. I don't know how to pronounce it. This is pretty good. Here's another one. Most of them revolving around the video game aspect of the vehicle. Monster Truck Madness.
You know what's great about it, though, is the utility doesn't really change that much, even on the base model. Like,
San Francisco Rush.
Basically all the functionality.
What is that?
So I think a lot of people will buy the base model.
What device was that, Tony?
Oh, that was the absolutely fantastic rose gold iPhone SE.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's nice.
The greatest of all iPhones.
I'm sure you have that ROM somewhere.
That looks very similar.
This is kind of great. I can't. What was the name of this? It was a PC game where you could draw vehicle designs and then test them. That was like all it was. I don't know. This is a deep pull, though. I really appreciate that meme.
That's really excellent.
That's solid dank meme right there. Yeah, so there was another thread that popped off today. Slow Stream said, had an entire day to think about the Tesla Cybertruck. It has all the specs and numbers. It needs to be a consumer EV pickup, but I'm not into it. There has to be a reason no other hard wedge-shaped vehicles gained popularity. Could it be that it's ugly? Even the wheel wells are dumb, which is what Sarah and I were saying.
Yeah.
I'm suspect.
Well, Lamborghini Countach is not that different. I had my brothers had pictures of that on their walls, like
the hexagon
posters and crap.
Did they have hexagonal wheel wells?
But very angular, sharp, steep.
Oh no, you're talking about the wedge-shaped vehicle. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good point. Lamborghinis refute that. I'm suspect of the stainless
timeless
exterior.
Design.
The material must be really difficult to work with. He's suspect of the panels.
Yeah, that you can't bend it very well, so it has to be angular. Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense because look at Starship. It's a big tube. Yeah. It's clearly bent.
I think the cold rolled steel is going to be pretty durable.
Yeah.
This guy thinks the Mach-E is a more attractive purchase.
They're on crack.
Can you listen?
They're not comparing price and specs. They're just looking at it and it's red. This one.
And then
looks like a truck.
Yeah. And then we have.
What's his reasoning? Did he list any reasons? I'd like to know why.
He said he really doesn't believe that the material of the vehicle will be dent proof. He said, with all that, I just keep thinking about Elon seeing Elon have to finish his presentation in front of his truck with 2 smashed windows. That's comical. Then they took people on test rides and smashed windows. At least it didn't.
No, they didn't. That didn't happen.
I know that's false.
Don't trust all these people. They're going to look silly in 2 years.
I know this is
just
why this is why we're sitting here reading his thread and calling him shit.
But they got 130,000 reservations.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yes, Elon, you're right. Maybe. And then he said, "Here's his words, Tony. If Ford can sell an EV SUV and call it Mustang, I guess this isn't any dumber. But it does make the Mach-E look like a much more attractive purchase."
Boy, I don't know about that reasoning, but I mean, maybe.
Why aren't they talking about the Model Y when they talk about the Mach-E?
Ford, give me the pre-order number.
Because it's a Model Y ripoff. Why are they comparing 2 different vehicle types?
This is pretty bad. I'm not going to show that one.
I really like the people using Mach Y, MOCK-Y, to talk about the Mach-E, by the way.
Here's someone that's kind of resembling my feels about it. Captain Plankton says, I like it more today. It's bold and aggressive looking. It doesn't have much competition. I think it'll sell pretty well.
Just think about Autopilot. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Eskimo Spy said, I think it's clearly effective as a promotional device. I hate it and normally like weird blocky stuff and weird design ideas. I think I hate it because it's just for effect. I want new shapes with ergonomic and functional directives, something evolved in research. And I know this is just for show, that up until a couple months ago, it was a cool drawing.
Well, the
And
butterfly
then-
steering wheel certainly actually did look to me pretty ergonomic compared to a steering
Yeah.
wheel.
The interior looked cool to sit in. I don't
I was
know.
very skeptical of that steering wheel, but it looked awesome actually. All the driving videos I watched.
The way the door handles came out made me cringe for if it's ever cold out, though.
Yeah.
No, I wondered if they'll
It's like
change
popped
that. Yeah, because you'd figure like they had problems with the Model S. Are they going to change those? Maybe they won't though. Maybe they figured out how to make it robust, and maybe they're heated.
Yeah, and they looked really small. Like when I saw people
Yeah,
like grabbing
yeah.
them, they seemed really tiny.
This is an interesting take. Dial D for Dan. I generally hate Teslas, and I love this thing. It's brilliant. F-150 owners were never going to switch to Tesla en masse, but they can definitely get a lot of the leisure pickup owners with this weird-ass design. This is good. Many, if not most, pickups are regularly driven for work purposes, so why not target those drivers with something new? And then
It might
Wish
appeal
Monkey.
to soccer moms. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess John.
It's a tank.
John.
And
Hammersuit.
It holds a lot of people and a ton of crap.
Hammersuit was trying to talk his wife into getting one today. So no, there's definitely people out there.
I don't want to park next to those soccer moms.
Yeah, I don't want to park anywhere near them.
That's why it's got.
Imagine that door hitting your car. It'll just
Yeah, those kids getting out and opening the doors.
Blow
like,
up
oh
the
my
other
god!
No.
Someone played the sound like of the door getting hit compared to the other door. It sounds just freaking like insane. Like how robust it sounds. Like it's like dunk.
Yeah, this endoskeleton concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Hero actually knows what he's talking about. He goes, I love it. It's definitely a statement car. At that starting price point, it's actually doable too, which certainly can't be said about the Rivian.
Yeah.
Or the
Pretty
Bollinger.
good point,
Yeah, the
Hero.
Rivian Bollinger. I mean, the Rivian, I like a lot about it, but the efficiency and price are terrible compared to the Tesla.
Also, did you see Karma teased a truck today? They put out their own version of the Cybertruck teaser with their truck, which made
Are we
me
talking about what remains of Fisker right now?
yes, I am.
No. I love all electric vehicles, but Fisker got what they deserved. That's all I gotta say. And that was all design. That's where design trumped engineering. You know what I mean? And that's why their car blew up and stuff. But Godzilla, he said this was built for automated production. I think that's a pretty solid point.
Yeah, I think you're right about comparing it to Minecraft. It looks weird, but it might end up being a huge hit.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft. It's
like
like super
Minecraft.
minimal. It's like you're like, wait, you're just gonna use these like 4 polygons for this? Like
It's gonna
really?
be like
Yeah.
the most successful thing ever.
Yeah,
it
it's like
might.
huge. It does
Yeah.
have this like
It could. I want them to make more cyber stuff.
have we shown a video of the back hatch opening and closing?
No, we haven't.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to lose that functionality.
Look at
Look at that thing. It's fast.
It is really fast and cool
And
looking. Let's get
It says on the website you can stand on top of it.
Yeah, those things it was impregnated with the solar panel. It's going to be super cool.
Maybe about a year ago or so, when Elon was talking about this thing, he said it was going to have lots of titanium. Did you guys see any titanium on it? Or did he just get obsessed with steel
Yeah, I
He
think
got
he's
obsessed
on
with steel.
Starship, and he's like, screw it, steel.
Expensive, and I can do this same.
Yeah, he saw the
Yeah.
price. He saw the price of steel just collapse. And was
Yeah,
like,
I think the Starship might have had a lot to do with this design. I mean, I don't know what he thought of first.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting if he started using steel on this thing, and then he's like, "What if I used it on Starship?"
hmm
I don't know. I'd like to know his thinking.
Mm.
Probably that reductive. What do I have available to me? What's the price point?
Yeah.
Can I make this work? What's the supply look
No,
like?
but yeah.
I mean, Glorious Cow had a take that I think is kind of interesting. I predict the design will change significantly. It's just too crazy. Elon wants electric cars to take over, but then he does dumb stuff like this, probably because he thinks it's hilarious. Like,
I
don't know. People complained about the Falcon Wing doors, and that brought tons of attention to Tesla.
I'm glad you brought that up. This all reminds me of the Model X reveal, Adam. I remember, I was kind of torn when I saw it. I was like, do I want this? I'm like, yes, but no, but yes, but no. And then I ultimately...
That's the coolest.
The pull-out
That's super cool.
For sure.
Absolutely genius.
Yeah, this looks amazing.
And when Rivian came out with the feature with the slide-out kitchen, I tweeted multiple times.
Yeah, I thought it looked great.
Truck better have it because that is the best feature of this truck.
Yep.
Yeah, this one even has like a big table area. The Rivian didn't have that
automatically for you to sit on and put your gear on.
Like, yeah, that was cool.
It basically is all the things that the Rivian truck has, only better. Or functional.
Remember the Model 3, everyone was like, oh, the interior is too minimal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, everyone's copying it.
Yeah.
Everything else looks weird. So it may happen with this. I don't know.
I think there's a good chance that
I think we'll see others copy it.
The Ranger or the F-150 are going to suddenly look a lot more futuristic.
But I have to say, it's like...
Yeah, they might take it a different direction, but they'll probably look futuristic in some...
This thread that went live today, definitely more positive reaction than yesterday. So I could say that people have warmed to the truck overnight, because I think they've really gotten to think about it, and they've learned about the pricing. Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to me. The more I thought about it, the more I liked it.
I kept dislike it. I just don't think I want it. I don't need it.
Yeah. Like, I never thought I was the target for it. And then when I saw the reveal, I was like, yeah, no. But now I'm like, I mean, I understand why someone would want it.
Yes.
Like, I'm just not that person.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's like a flop.
It's just too early to say what it is.
It's definitely not a flop.
Just wish it was
30,000 pre-orders. That's $130 million.
Where are you guys getting these pre-order numbers?
I wonder if the pre-order...
Someone's been tracking on Twitter all the people that are posting their reservation number.
Yeah, Vigo.
Charting it.
Yeah.
So it's
it looks like they are going sequentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on the numbers, it's 130,000.
It's just such a low...
It's only $100 and it's refundable.
I know, like, it's such a low point of entry.
So yeah, there could be people trying to lock in like FSD at this price.
Yeah.
Or I bet there's, I don't know, people that just order it because why not? It's $100 and they'll think about it later.
Yeah. Is that what you're telling me to do? Is that what you're? Is that what you're getting at, Anna?
Yeah.
Well, I told my dad, I was like, just do it. It's $100. It's refundable. Maybe even your Tesla stock will go up a lot in the next year or two. He's old. You can sell some of it. Buy the truck.
The pre-order was a lot more, right?
Couple
thousand or 1,000?
It would be kind of cool to have this.
Pre-order.
Just throw $100 at it. I have to pay $150 over here, and I'm annoyed. But I was still gonna do it if it would technically fit my driveway, but it won't.
I just don't think I need it.
What if Tesla's at double the price when it comes out?
You mean the stock?
Yeah.
I'll be happy.
Then I feel like you owe it to them to get it.
I bet I should have just done it. Are you saying because, like, since I joined I don't have a 3.
You should.
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do? Like,
you
run
just
out
hold
here?
your own car show
like
at
just get
the
2
Fishers
phones and do summon, like race, do smart summon races.
No. You just
like,
take them all. Like, you know, you'll have platooning soon. Platoon all of them over to like the local grocery store.
Yeah.
Do your own car shows and sell Tesla.
Exactly.
I'm one human being. I don't need a platoon of cars.
Maybe like trading and stuff like.
I have a front and a Model X.
Tonight. Can't
well, if FSD ever happens, Asif, you can just have them out making money for you.
You should have Lola in the driver's seat of one of them when you summon it.
Yeah.
And have her drive by.
That's good content.
Have Lola drive it to Swenson's? That'd be comedy gold.
You could sell so much Shacknews swag.
Yeah. Because I'm already having enough problems fulfilling the orders I have.
You'll never have to shovel your driveway again.
It's true.
I didn't have to last year.
Yeah,
The X did an amazing job.
Yeah.
All right.
I have an X. Like, it's a very good vehicle.
No,
I love that the X is like this puny thing now. It's like,
No, and you're only one person. You really don't need the truck.
I don't need more vehicles now.
The X is already a gigantic vehicle for
Did you have them look at the door sensor when you took it in?
Yeah. Everything's fixed.
All fixed. That's awesome.
Everything's
That's
fixed.
nice.
I want to see your invoice. I want to see what they said.
They wouldn't upgrade the FSD form though.
Yeah, they would not. They said
Lame.
that their language was something like
California will notify you.
Yeah, California's going to notify me when the computer's ready to install. I was like,
interesting.
Okay.
Someone in Vancouver or somewhere, West Coast Canada, got one upgraded. I think a Model X.
Yeah,
well, JB finally got a software update, so we're happy for him.
Very excited, celebrating for him.
Okay, where is this?
I wonder what was wrong. It's kind of weird.
As we do. Our one referral was very excited about the power increase I talked to.
Oh, yeah?
Week. Yeah.
Oh, great. What kind did he get?
He has a white with black interior with the Aero wheels, the 18s. It is a short range plus, rear wheel drive.
So you could notice.
Yeah, very significant. Significant power increase. Said it was awesome.
I can't find the receipt.
I was looking at like
it cost me nothing
my dad's
for all those
Porsche. The Tesla's way faster.
I think it cost me like they charged me for the windshield wipers was the only thing. So I requested it.
Nice.
That's cool. What they charge you for windshield wipers?
It's like $70 for the install and the new wipers.
Yeah.
You mean the blades?
Sounds right.
It was funny. They gave me a loaner Model S 85D.
Oh, okay.
I think it was.
Well, that would be interesting to compare to your old S, because how did it feel?
Great. I was like, oh my god, I forgot how fun driving a Model S was. I've been driving my X like religiously, and it was weird because it was going back to the time before Autopilot, which it felt very weird. Like,
well, they announced D and Autopilot at the same time. It didn't have Autopilot 1 on it?
No. I guess it wasn't a D. It might have just been a P85.
Maybe.
But the funny part was, I think I took a picture of it. The name of the freaking car was cracking me up. I was like, I can't believe that it was L was the first name, I guess. L space Lenny Slapdoodle. So Lenny Slapdoodle was the name of the car. And it was a P85. Sorry, it wasn't a D. It was a P85. It was blue. I mean, it was just funny. It was like driving my car again. I was like, oh yeah, I like these cars.
Gotta get those tires.
You were cheating on yours with this.
Oh, it was funny. I took a picture of them. Maybe let me try to upload it to Slack or something. I took a picture of them side by side in the garage, and like one's all dusty, and Tony, you've seen it lately.
Yeah, you need to replace those tires.
That's my next project. Now that I've done, I got my Model X to like perfect condition. Right now, I can worry about the S just in time for winter, or I'm not going to drive it at all. But yeah,
We're gonna DIY it, right? We're gonna jack it up ourselves and replace.
Oh, you're putting the winter tires on?
I'm not going to put winter tires on.
We're doing it ourselves.
You're not,
Tony. What? At least tell me what tires to get. I could use that advice.
Yeah, sure.
Are you gonna use? Oh, you only have the one set of rims. Are you gonna get a second set, or just put them on the? You have 22s now, right?
We're gonna get them a second set.
Yeah, I think.
No,
you might be able to find them used.
He's like, wait, what?
What are we doing?
Wait, they didn't give you. I thought they were going to give you the set that was on the Model X.
No, they kept them.
You couldn't even like ask them, like, hey, listen.
No, they weren't mine. I asked for my rims, and they gave me my rims.
They're used now. They can't give those to somebody else. They're just gonna put them on a loaner or something.
Yeah. Just look for them on Craigslist or something. Or my dad bought a second set of rims for his winter tires off eBay.
There are quite a few available, actually, if you look on.
And his even had the tire pressure sensors on them.
Yep. You got to keep a lookout.
Second set of aero covers.
Offer up, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist.
Here we go.
In that
so
order.
There's a picture of the loaner next to the dusty green.
I missed the garage and the box of mangoes.
There's no mangoes.
You better hope that Black Model 3 doesn't listen to this podcast, watch that video, and see how filthy your green Model S is.
Yeah.
Those guys are going to be upset. The guys that detail their car like every 3 days, they're going to be mad.
Well, come at me, bros.
Yeah, well, it's like a historical item at this point.
I feel like my 64 DD is also dusty. Does that make them angry? Sitting in my house. It's in plastic though. I do need like a wrap for it. I'm going to take care of the S now, but I was really just annoyed and trying to fix my X because the door sensor was out of control last week, like where it would like resist me just trying to open.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, you're gonna die if you open this door. I'm like, no.
You could sell your S and use that tax credit and get the maxed out truck for free.
I love the schemes that he's concocting. I knew this was gonna happen. This is like,
well, then you have space. You don't have to ever clean it because you just got a new car. Saves work.
Wait, why am I getting rid of my X? I love my Model
No, not your X, your S.
I'm never getting rid of the S. Never. Oh, no. That thing, no.
It doesn't bother you? It doesn't have autopilot?
He doesn't drive it. It doesn't matter.
Drives it in the summer.
There's no green Teslas.
No, don't get rid of that.
Think about when...
Wrap the truck in green.
Yeah, wrap the truck in green, and think about when you have the Roadster. What are you gonna do then? You're still in the same predicament.
Adam, when I pre-ordered the S, what did I say? I said the stock was gonna pay for this car and then some.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of shares, and the stock paid for the car. That car is paid for. There's no selling that car. That car is paid for.
Okay.
It gets to sit there, and I'll drive it from time to time, but really, Autopilot is so much better. Like after not having, like I drove up to Cleveland to get my car back in a car that didn't have Autopilot, and I was like, God, this sucks.
Oh no!
I drove home with Autopilot, and it was delightful.
We drive into the mountains, and every time we do it, I'm like, oh God, I hate this. Why can't my car follow the damn lines? Because it beeps every time I cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you see the line.
We rented a RAV4. We rented a RAV4 in California, and we couldn't turn that feature off. I was like, I cannot take this.
I was like, I have to get out of this car.
Winding down roads and it's beeping on you every time it approaches a line. I was like, this is
awful.
just outrageous.
Yeah.
What's the worst feature? It's not helpful at all.
Do you turn on Joe mode?
So I do have one last.
I don't turn on Joe mode.
I have one last thing to share. There's a dog in Florida that's diving for garbage and trying to clean the ocean.
So we just need to scale dogs that can
dive
for garbage.
Pretty slow. It seems like a pretty slow.
A million more of these dogs and problems in the ocean.
Problem solved. Florida dog saves the day. Thank you, Florida dog.
One water bottle at a time.
One water bottle.
I was thinking, you know how someone made like a boat that collects garbage and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that boat. I watched that.
That's nice, but I guarantee we're dumping like 1 trillion times more garbage an hour. Than
his boat broke and actually made things worse. I thought.
Yeah.
No, that's fun.
Then it sank, and then
it didn't.
That's fun. It did not sink. But the problem with it doesn't get the stuff off the bottom.
It's not deep enough.
Yeah, it doesn't. It only grabs the surface trash.
Yeah.
Which then you don't see it. It makes you feel better because it's getting.
We just gotta write the ocean off. It's done.
It's done.
What?
I think it's growing. It's coming back. Yeah, isn't the sea level rising?
It's making a comeback.
It's coming back.
That's such a positive way to look at it. The ocean's actually growing.
This is growing technically. It's getting bigger by the day as the ice caps melt.
It's fine. There's actually more clean water because those glaciers are melting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like glacial water. Isn't that what you want?
Oh my god!
I bet Nestle's gonna start harvesting that stuff.
The solution to the ocean pollution.
Oh god, I just spoke that into existence. Nestle, do not take Nestle, you cannot own glaciers. Can they own glaciers?
They probably
they're
already
melting
do.
them and putting it in bottles.
Is that what they're doing?
No, they're not doing that. They're just running the tap water and filling the bottles with whatever lead water they can get access to.
Well, they're really good at that. They own like 80% of the bottled water in any store.
Speaking of Ohio jobs.
That's a job you can do in Ohio.
Well,
bottling water. Man, it's weird. Whenever I leave this place, because like I'm always here at like in the evening or at like odd hours. Like we record this podcast on the weekend, so like sometimes it's like Sunday morning, sometimes it's Saturday night. But I like walk out, and it's like an office park in Canton, Ohio, and I'm like the only person for like.
Everyone's like, man, that guy with the Model X works really hard.
He's up late working. Further than midnight oil.
He's here after we leave. This guy's incredible. What a work ethic.
I'm never here when they come in though. I'm not here at 9 in the morning. But it's just funny because like I'm literally. It definitely feels desolate at times though because I'm like, it's weird. Shacknews we don't have hours or anything, but we do have a camera out there, and I get to see all the people who are trying to come to the old doctor's office. Like they're still like it's slowly tapering off, huh?
To go to the doctor?
To get you're gonna be in trouble.
Like they like have an appointment with some doctor, right? Or like the office,
some other location.
Okay. And then the location has moved, but they're still showing up here.
So maybe it's just a bunch of senile old people.
That's probably accurate, and like it's
the Google listing too.
You should take their copay. Is what you should be doing.
Just slide your copay into this like drop box in the end.
That'll be what makes Shacknews profitable.
Come on in and join us live stream. Like,
just finagling money from these poor old people that are coming to our steps. I'm probably gonna put up some sort of sign or something.
That'd be helpful.
Yeah.
If you do have one come in though, we could like give them alternative opinions on whatever their health condition is. You'd be like, come on in, we're gonna
VR headset.
We have this teledoc thing.
Yeah, it's teledoc. Live stream teledoc.
Like literally live stream teledoc on Twitch.
Hold them up in a chair.
That's got to be breaking HIPAA laws.
So go ahead and tell us what your issue is.
No, God, we just gave him. Can you imagine though if that happens? Like there's someone that's dumb enough to start live streaming medical advice.
Yeah.
On Twitch, I feel like that already happens.
No, but like teledoc, like actually.
Oh yeah, on accident.
Providing prescriptions
so
via
they just use Twitch.
Yeah.
There's your free idea, Bezos. You're already like Twitch is already like.
Yeah, isn't he fixing healthcare soon? I thought that was.
There it is. That's how he's doing it. He's repurposing Twitch.
He's busy going to Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't want to go to Mars. He wants to live in a metal giant tube in space. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Does he? I don't follow him often.
Who cares?
Bezos.
Okay, so we want the tri-motor.
Yes.
Self-driving.
Oh, so you're going through with it?
No.
Damn it. It's $100.
Why? It's just ridiculous.
It's free money for them. You can get it back. You can get it back later. Just think about how pleased our viewers will be if you order it on the air. Do it for the fans.
Yeah.
Do it for Shacknews.
Oh, now he has to. Do it for Shacknews.
Sorry, actually knowing our brain.
Should have never came up with that.
Right there on
right
the
behind
wall.
you. Look.
Oh my God. How about that?
Meant to be.
Amazing branding.
This will be a hot topic on Chatty if anyone makes it this far into this thing.
Yeah, right? If you make it this far, post something or tweet at me. I don't know. What did I say last week? I was like, hamburger? What should we do this week? Cheeseburger. If you make it this far into the podcast, tweet at TechnoSucks the word cheeseburger. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
They should. Do it and we'll send you 2 Hot Wheels cars.
Okay.
Well, can we do a giveaway? Let's make it a giveaway.
Can I disclose my reservation number? Is that okay to do?
Everyone was doing it on Instagram.
Probably. Or maybe leave the last 2 numbers off or something.
Yeah, just like black it out.
Okay, hold on.
That was damn easy.
So if they post cheeseburger and they give you their...
Did they already have your credit card on file? Is that why?
No. I'm just very fast at typing.
Efficient.
Oh. He's got a good memory.
Storing those creds too, like...
Here's what I'm going to do. I'll create an image of it, and I'll just remove the last... Should I remove the last, 3 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
That sounds good.
Someone's that motivated.
Where are they gonna
I'm Mr. Briefcase, man. I have a reservation.
Just $100.
Well, I don't want them redirecting my shipment.
If they post the info with cheeseburger, we're sending...
Did you have to pick the model, or did you just say you want it?
No, I picked all the... I maxed it out.
Oh, yes.
I maxed it out hardcore.
I'm going to live vicariously through your pre-order. Thank you, Asif.
Forward in the email so he feels like he got it.
Yeah, please do. I can...
There you go.
Look at it when I have some private time later.
Are you guys looking at Microsoft Paint right now?
Yeah, we are. That is exciting.
There you go.
Grab that owl off Pinterest.
28919. So we can kind of figure out, Tony, if you see what the original number people were basing it on, we could see what it's at right now. How many pre-orders?
Well, there you have it.
We could break news.
I pre-ordered the frickin' truck.
1128919. Hang on.
I don't know why I did that, but I did.
Thank you.
There you go. You guys peer pressured me into buying a $70,000 truck.
You did it for Shacknews, though.
I did it mainly because I own Tesla shares and I believe in the mission, and it does look kind of cool. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna have a Roadster by then, right?
Probably not. I think they'll keep pushing off the Roadster. I don't know though.
I hope you do.
Maybe they'll make it right. Maybe they'll make. Where the hell are they gonna make the truck? Gigafactory, maybe. Lordstown.
Not Lordstown.
They'll probably pick up a cheap factory here soon.
In 12 months. Breaking news.
I couldn't find the specs. I googled everywhere.
There are no specs. Price. There's no specs. There was an
Who declares the price on something and you don't know anything about it?
The press release was 2 pictures and a price. That was it.
All right, hang on. I'm looking at Vincent posted 1 hour ago. I see this looks like a Japanese order though. Chinese order, excuse me. RN 801043 and then 2 numbers. So that doesn't really help us. We need to find a US order in the last hour.
Oh, but if we could find where the person that started tracking,
yeah,
what was the first number they used?
Vigo's the one tracking it. I just wanted to find the most recent.
I'm the most recent.
I know. Here's an RN 112 from 2 hours ago. What was yours, RN?
112.
Okay, that's good, but they didn't post enough numbers for me to make an informed decision.
Damn it.
Well,
next one. Oh, here we go. Oh, they posted their full number. This is an RN 112880741. And that's from
when was that? So roughly how many is that different?
I'm 160 some ahead of that.
So in 1 hour they got 160?
4 hours.
4 hours ago? What time of day is it for you guys?
112-880741.
California is still early though.
3 hours back.
Wait, say that again?
9.
What? Tony, say your number again.
Oh, I just lost it. Hang on.
Dang it.
RN 112-880741.
Sorry, I'm 1,160.
So in 4 hours, they sold 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Mm,
Based on the count,
Yeah.
Vigo has pulled between 8:30 p.m. yesterday and 12:10 p.m. They sold just under 120,000 of them.
it's the range, Adam.
They haven't had
getting
water
me with
cooler
these.
talk yet, right?
The
People
500, this 500-mile range is getting me every time.
Have people gone to work already since the announcement? My
Yeah.
concept of times all.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it's been a
yes.
whole day.
Fridays.
We had-
are-
Today
Fridays are-
was the water cooler day, and today.
Okay, so Tesla fanatics can convince people it actually doesn't look terrible.
Well,
It's
today
already
was more
passed.
about the memes and the window.
Yeah.
But
That was
people have
really.
to sit with it for 24 hours.
I think we'll continue to see the pre-orders tick upwards, though,
Yeah.
because the specs are amazing
Yeah.
for the price.
I don't know.
Also, it's a low point of entry. Like, it's just $100. So I feel like people can.
Yeah, I know. So people just do it.
Yeah. So I wonder what it's really going to translate to in sales.
Yeah, it's not like the Model 3 where it was a more significant investment.
Or the S.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the Roadster where you put down all of it.
That was really dumb. Like, I don't recommend pre-ordering a car for $250,000 up front.
And then
Stupid.
waiting and waiting.
Tesla
and waiting.
appreciates the loan, though.
They should
Yeah.
have at least invited you to the event.
Right?
Tesla appreciates the loan, and if you go to the
They
factory,
should invite.
they make a special scene out of. Hey, are there any original Roadster owners? Okay, are there any
Yeah.
original S owners? And then they kind of like congratulate you and have a round of applause.
Mhm.
So Austin,
I'll do that for
Built
you.
on the
guys.
shoulders.
here's your round of applause.
I don't. Thank
for
you,
buying
but
it.
I don't need it. I'm just a rich guy buying cool things.
Thank you. For buying it.
I don't need. I don't
You're
need
changing the world buying one cool thing at a time.
Right? No, we're all part of the electric vehicle revolution, and it's exciting. And this truck is exciting. What I do with my pre-order, that's up to me. But I did pre-order it.
Just
I'm
don't
proud.
cancel it immediately.
No,
Let
I'm
it
not.
ride.
I have already. Come on. I've already forgotten.
We especially like your ideas about the ice caps melting, so we can have more fresh, clean glacier water.
Here we go. We're gonna bottle that water. Nestle's gonna do it, and water's not a right according to their CEO.
That's
Have you heard
actually
that?
he didn't exactly say that. I'm gonna Snopes you. He said the
Oh.
idea that everyone should have access to clean water is extreme.
That's far worse.
That sounds worse than what I said.
Well, listen,
So
that's exactly what he
does.
says. We're here to bust FUD, okay? And I didn't want to.
you guys are such fun busters.
Yeah.
Who you gonna call? Tony and Sarah.
Can we at least have access to dirty water?
Yes.
Yeah, poor people can have all the access to the filthiest water.
They can get all the dysentery they
all the
want.
dysentery
Puddles
you,
only, but yes.
you can eat.
Puddles, not flowing dirty water. You can only have puddle water.
Oh, stagnant water.
Stagnant
Yeah.
puddle water.
Yeah, no. So no Cuyahoga
For the
River.
mosquitoes the have a right to that.
Puddle water is a human right.
There you go. Nestle
And in
CEO.
water.
All
That's
right, well,
the title.
this
That's
was
the title for episode 7.
We
No,
should, it's been long. This is our
clickbaiting
longest
this.
episode ever. I feel like this
It
is
is.
not.
Yeah, it's super long.
What are we gonna do?
But it's good. It was like our best one. I think.
Cybertruck. What can you do? You can't deny.
Yes.
No,
No,
I
it's
mean it kept me
Cybertruck.
up. I dreamt about it.
Cybertruck memes and Lordstown endurance impressions.
Yeah, competitors. All these.
We forgot about the Mach E.
Oh yeah, and Mach. No one exactly, Adam. Exactly. We all forgot about the Mach.
Well, you said what's the other news, and I couldn't even remember.
no.
The
I'm talking
Cybertruck
about
absorbed
I'm talking
everything
about
in my brain.
clickbaiting it.
Competitors.
Yeah.
Hey,
Double quote them.
it's people are really
Well,
mad
the
about
Tesla
calling it a
shorts really
Mustang.
loved buying the Mach-E just to like mess with Tesla. But that's like exactly what Elon wants.
Yeah, he wants
people to
more
buy
electric
cars.
vehicles. I want more electric vehicles. I think the first time I ever test drove a Model S, I said, I want everyone in the world to have one of these, like an electric vehicle. Because it was just like that moment, you're like, oh my God, like this is going to, once you realize that that's where we're headed and sustainable transport is going to be the end result, it seems obvious to want to evangelize it.
Oh, I did see a Model 3 drive down my street, and it sounded cool. I forget if I mentioned that last time we recorded. It had the new speaker in it. It sounded fine.
The pedestrian.
And I think, everyone here rides bikes, and I frequently almost get hit by, at intersections of small roads. So I think the sound is useful, at least out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't know it was coming, probably.
No, they're ninja cars.
Very ninja.
Yeah.
All right, we can end on ninjas. By the way, Ninja, who I don't know who he is, but he on Twitter said he loves the Cybertruck.
He's
great.
Goody.
So fantastic.
I'm so happy the Ninja
He's getting one.
Yeah.
He's a YouTube celebrity. He can't. He's an influencer.
He'll sell them.
We're still getting notifications about this video. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This video.
Don't
well,
forget.
If people watch this, comment about what you think about the truck, or if you pre-ordered.
Yeah, let us know if you pre-order. Let us know if you think I'm stupid for pre-ordering. Or is it dumb to throw ball bearings at the car? Oh yeah, you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at TechnoSucks. Tony and Sarah are at TeslaFudge.
So baffled there.
Yes.
Which is understandable given he showed the video of them doing it.
Yes, this is true.
Right.
Tony and Sarah are at TeslaFudge on Twitter, and it's one of our most successful social videos today.
It's painful.
I will leave it playing while I go home tonight, just so we can maximize our views. No, Instagram, Twitter, TeslaFudge, long_Elon for Adam, at Shacknews. This is gonna go up on Monday at 5. I think 9 to 5 Elon. We should go live at 5, right? So 5.
Is that the way it works?
That's the way it works.
Not
5 p.m.
Live.
No. Because Elon gets off of work, he listens to the podcast, so 5 p.m.
Yeah, obviously.
That's when it goes live.
I mean, it's like 2 p.m.
Oh, but then it's less
it
relevant.
Is 2 p.m.
Because everyone's been talking about the truck for days.
Yeah, you should post it tonight.
I should post it. Oh, okay. So I should just stay here, export this video, which takes forever.
No, you got Mega Beast computer, Asif.
It's not. It's the stupid Zoom software. It takes forever. It's the biggest.
Just cut Tony and Sarah off right now, and I'll chat with you while we wait.
He wants to go home.
I don't want to sit in the office for the rest of the night. It's midnight.
You don't have any remote login?
No. Tony, do you think we should set
You could install
here?
Chrome Remote Desktop. It takes a couple minutes.
Real easy. In fact, you got Windows on it. Just throw Team Viewer on there. It's even 2-factor.
Team Viewer?
Team Viewer. You can don't say that you're a commercial enterprise. Just get the regular license and you can do it for free.
Okay.
Chrome Remote Desktop's free too.
But then you're just gonna make me work from home in the office remotely. What I want to just be not. I just want to be on the couch doing nothing.
You hits and likes and.
So you're saying that we should break convention because of how hot our takes are?
Yes, exactly. This is one of the
best. Maybe our takes aren't hot, but the topic is hot.
The spiciness of the topic is such that we have to break convention and not go live on Monday. Fine. We won't go live on Monday. But I'm not telling you I'm going to post it tonight.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
You could just pick up the desktop and take it home.
We've got a giveaway. And this is our first giveaway in an episode, too.
There's a giveaway?
Really? There's a giveaway? What?
Yeah, you guys kept talking over me. If somebody posts cheeseburger after making it 2 hours,
they're entered into the giveaway?
They made it to cheeseburger. The first person to post cheeseburger is getting...
Oh, first person to post cheeseburger wins something?
Yeah, they're getting Hot Wheels cars. We're sending them. As long as they DM the info,
okay.
I'll send those Hot Wheels cars.
Okay, that's a binding contract, and I will retweet your cheeseburger tweet. Please send me gifts. Don't just use the word cheeseburger. But it's at, I guess you should do at TechnoSucks, at Tesla Fudge, right? To get both of our attention.
Yes.
And then the word or GIF of a cheeseburger.
Yes.
And that's how you enter the contest, and you could win a Matchbox car.
Can I do it?
Hot
Wheels cars. You're going to get a Model S and a Model 3.
Adam's wondering if he can win.
No, Japanese shipping's too expensive.
It is. It would cost more than like the price of the vehicles.
Cool. Yeah, a $1 Hot Wheels car that'll be $14.95 to ship it to Japan.
More than that.
That's about right.
About $14.95.
Funko app. So yeah, that's it. That's episode 7. That was a meaty podcast.
Yeah.
So the faster we end this, the faster I can export it and upload it.
Okay.
And folks can all be happy. But thanks for making the time. We recorded this on Friday, the November 22nd, the day after the reveal, because Adam wasn't able to join us for the live stream. But I think this was good because we've all had time. Tony, Sarah, and I have had time to think about what we were saying live. And now I think we're all pretty positive about this.
I know, and I talked to Adam for an hour and a half today too. So
yeah,
we have all been thinking a lot about it.
But man, did I nail that stock call?
That was ridiculous.
I said $20, and it was $21.79. Price is Right rules. I got
Price is Right rules. You did it.
I did it. You can check the tape.
That really is a hot take, too. There was nobody talking that the stock was going to go down from all the Tesla fan service.
And that's the thing. I'm a Tesla bull. I'm not I'm a short. I bought puts. I didn't do any of that. I own the stock, and I'm a realist, and I'm it's probably going to go down, and it did. So I'm just saying. That's why you listen to this podcast. That's why you're going to keep paying attention to us, because we actually give you useful information, and Tony will crap all over Business Insider.
That's not all I do.
But it's important.
I crap over Volkswagen, too.
That's a good point.
Keep it coming.
And yeah.
We didn't talk about the ID3, but everyone's saying it's super expensive for the specs.
The what?
ID3.
The Volkswagen European-only car that they're...
We'll save that for when we're having a slow week. Which we won't ever.
But it's another car that's not competitive with Tesla for the price.
There you go. We covered it. Mark it off the check mark. The interior looks a lot like the Model 3. It looks like they ripped it off entirely. I remember that now.
Yeah, they had a concept van that they were touting for a while. We'll talk about it later.
He has mixed up the whole wrap-up part. So yeah.
Okay, we're done.
This video, we gotta tell them where it's gonna be and what to do with the podcast.
Okay, go ahead.
The video's gonna go live tomorrow, I guess, because you're gonna make me do this. And then it's a podcast too, right? It's an audio podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts and various other podcast facilities. Just search for 9 to 5 Elon there. Review us. That really helps. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like. It's going to go on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/ShackNewsGames.
Only review us if you're going to be positive, though.
Yeah, give us the 5 stars. Say that we're the best Tesla podcast, the best Elon Musk podcast on Earth ever created. True. It doesn't matter if it's true.
Because of our deep knowledge and our experience.
We want to trick the Apple Podcast algorithm, Adam, and then we'll start getting invited to these things.
You have the nicest Shacknews logo of any Tesla podcast. That thing's really nice.
It is, right? We ripped this straight off of the booth at E3. The last Shacknews E3 booth. There's breaking news.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Tony's like, what? Yeah, you guys missed it. The glory of Shacknews on the show floor of E3. I don't know. Go back and watch that Justin Roiland interview. Did you see it, Adam?
Of course.
Yeah, I saw it.
You guys saw that. That's it. I think we did it. Like, that was it. That was the best for
people dressed in shark costumes. And
how do you come back to E3 show floor after that?
You don't ever.
You're just like, good night, Cleveland. You know what I mean? So that's it.
You might show up and do like a guerrilla style thing, but you don't.
We're not going to be on the show floor.
Yeah.
That's not that exactly, Tony. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for convincing me to buy this truck, and we'll see what happens. But I'm very happy with my Model X right now. It has doors that work and my rims that I paid for 11 months ago. So that's it. Go to shacknews.com. There'll be an article for this. There'll be audio podcasts. There'll be video podcasts. Maybe we'll clip some of this and throw it on Twitter. Right, Tony? I like doing that sometimes.
Yeah, I said I was going to do it last time. I didn't do
it. Why do you have 320 people following you or whatever?
311.
For the dank memes, obviously.
No, he does have good memes.
That's all.
Have that.
Appreciate that, Adam.
So let's stop recording. Thanks for watching, everyone.